If you enjoy the following video, please leave a like and a comment. It really does help me out. If you want to, go ahead and favorite it. What is going on, Tubby Nation? Today we're taking a look at a match between the Nexus and the Corre. Now, both these groups, you guys kind of know my feelings on them. They're not utilized properly, in my opinion. Yeah, the Nexus armbands are on Justin Gabriel and Wade Barrett. Chill out. Don't bother by it. I just didn't go in and edit their cause. I don't even know if you can edit it, just a regular wrestler. But I wanted to do this match. I don't know if they're actually going to meet up in the real, pseudo-real WWE. They come off as they really wanted to split them apart, and they really have nothing to do with each other now. And with the whole Corre destruction thing, inner fight between them, I don't know how much longer the Corre are going to last. Now, when the Nexus first started, I was kind of sick of them. Being a fan of the WWE and being a fan of wrestlers, seeing like 7-on-1 attacks, even though it's scripted, it's planned out, was still like, nobody's going to help them. When they had the SummerSlam battle and Team WWE beat the Nexus, and yet they still kept on going with the Nexus storyline, I was pretty disappointed. And I have to say, oh shit, Mason Ryan's got a finisher. I was pretty disappointed with that whole storyline. But then it just seemed to get better. Wade Barrett is, in my opinion, probably, if not for CM Punk, probably one of the best heels the WWE has ever had. He just comes off as this arrogant prick, and he does it so well. That's the kind of heel we need in World Wrestling Entertainment. You need that guy that, when people think about him, they just think he's bad to the bone. And I don't know if Wade Barrett's bad to the bone, but you can tell by some of the stuff he did. Holy shit, look at this, like a fireman's toss. Wade Barrett was just, there was something there when he played that role, and I like the way CM Punk's doing it better now, just because the way they've evolved it and everything. But Wade Barrett, I think, has got the best chance out of anybody to have a great WWE career. The Wasteland is a good finishing move. He's got good mic skills, very good mic skills, actually. Most of the other guys in Nexus, you really never heard them talk. You heard Nexus talk, apparently. Not Nexus. You heard David Otunga talk occasionally. Mason, what the hell am I doing? Am I smoking some crack? What are you guys giving me? Mason Ryan doesn't really talk very much. Ezekiel Jackson's been talking somewhat, but none of these guys really talk enough. They really never have the mic skills that Wade Barrett has, and I'm a huge fan of Wade Barrett now. I hope they let him go on to singles competition. I don't know what his gimmick's gonna be. I think it's pretty hard after the stuff he put on to become a face. Now, as hard as it is, to get that turn, because for most people, people never used to like The Rock. Rock was, that heel. When he first came on as Rocky Maivia, people were like, holy shit, who is that? And it took a while for Dwayne Johnson to become liked. He played that heel character, the jabroni beating, candy ass whooping character, and eventually people finally fall in love with him. And what I see Wade Barrett happening with Wade Barrett is he's kind of going to be like Randy Orton, I think. Randy Orton used to be pretty hated among the WWE universe. Nobody used to like him. Being the legend killer, he took on people and, ended careers, whether they were kayfabe or real. But over time, and now we see it in the WWE, people love Randy Orton. Maybe not everybody, but he's becoming an absolute face of the company. He's not as big as John Cena yet, but the Viper is, he can sell some tickets. I'm not going to lie. And you look what he's been going on with Nexus, the whole power struggle, the battle between, being able to hit an RKO out of nowhere, and I know the WWE scripted, so, it's kind of like planned out, but seeing some of those RKOs that he's managed to pull off, whether they practice them or not, continuously. The one with Sheamus where he tries to go over the top rope on the side, hitting Evan Airborne out of midair, and even last week with CM Punk when he went to give him a boot to the head. There's just something that I think Wade Barrett is going to become, in probably 2 to 4 years, if he's still with the company, I think he will be one of the main eventers. I mean, already right now, he's working his way up there, but it's going to be a while. You know, I'm glad they went the slow route and gave him the Intercontinental Championship now than just putting him right into the World Heavyweight Championship and making him fizzle out. Kind of like what they're starting to do with Alberto Del Rio, and I don't know if they're actually going to let Alberto Del Rio win the World Heavyweight Championship. We're going to have to see how that turns out. But this match, I actually recorded this. Holy shit, I dropped a marker. I recorded this match twice. This is the one I went with. It was a lot shorter. And yeah, there's going to be some people, holy shit, you're playing on easy. Guys, like I said, I don't make matches to overcome the odds and win in a 30-minute match. You know, I play to make a pretty entertaining one. And here, the Corre goes ahead and picks up the victory over Nexus. I'm not sure why I did it that way, but they did, as Wade Barrett and the company celebrates. You guys, if you enjoyed this video, go over to TubbyNation.com, sign up. If you're a FIFA fan, the Tubby Cup is getting set and ready to go. Start date will be in a couple weeks. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.